Making money on a reclaimer is easy, whether you're solo or a duo or have a fully crewed ship. All it really needs is time and skills in Tetris. In this video, I'll explain how to use the reclaimer and its tools for salvaging your way to riches, whether you're a solo player or have a friend in the co-pilot seat. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button down below so that you can find all the future and past content that I've put out. I really appreciate the support, and thank you to everyone who sends me their favorite Star Citizen memories in the comment section. Let's get to making a fortune in the SS Thumbalina. For this video, I was joined by my good friend Eternal Weasel, and man, were we ever ready for our journey. I mean, just look at that slow-mo. If you're like us and love some civilian clothing while salvaging up a small fortune, make sure to bring some essentials with you too. You'll need to make sure you pack yourself an undersuit, a helmet, and a multi-tool with a tractor beam to start out. But also, make sure you bring with a backpack that's filled with food and drinks, because this journey is a long one. We spent about 5 hours out in space just for this recording session, but you could probably streamline it a lot more, especially if you don't encounter the issues that we did in our beloved Stanton universe. Once your ship is ready and you've started your ascent into space, hit the F1 key and head to the contract manager. Select the salvage option. Now, before I go on, I'm assuming that you're in a reclaimer, you've gotten some reputation. If not, my suggestion for you is to go get yourself a vulture and watch my Vulture 102 video to learn about salvaging from the very beginning and get your salvaging reputation up in order to unlock the bigger ship contracts, because those are the ones you really want when you have a reclaimer. So, what we are looking for in this contracts list is the Hercules missions. M2, A2, C2, they all cost 50,000, but that is a drop in the ocean versus what you're actually going to make from finishing this contract. Now that we've accepted and shared our mission to our co-pilot, it's time to hit the QT button and head on over to our wreckage of treasure. Firstly, I will explain how to do this two-man style if you're still figuring out flying and the size of the reclaimer and that kind of thing. So, to start, get up to your Hercules and then split off. One of you is going to be in the pilot seat, one of you is going to head into a laser. It doesn't matter which side, just make sure that you can communicate, even if it's using the text chat. The person on the laser is going to tell the person in the pilot seat how to line up. First thing you want to do as the laser person is make sure that your laser is aimed all the way to the top, because it can go really far down, but it has a limit towards the top. Once you have it all the way at the top, you're going to tell your pilot where to position the ship, because what you want to do is have the top of the laser touching the top of the ship so that you can basically be able to scrape from the top to the bottom without moving the reclaimer again. So the pilot will then need to be listening to his laser controller and trying to keep the ship at around 90 to 95 meters away from his seat so that the optimal distance is always within range. Once you have it lined up, you can laser the whole top side or bottom side, depends on where you started, without moving your reclaimer around. So this is definitely going to save you a lot of time, and it's going to make it a little bit more comfortable because you don't have to get out of your laser seat and back into your laser seat and out of your laser seat. Basically, your reclaimer stays in one place, Hercules stays in one place, and you're both going to just sit there and laser the crap out of this thing. Talking about lasers, you'll start out with a tractor beam selected, so hit the right mouse button and it will switch you over to the scraping tool. Then it's literally just left click and chill. Now, a lot of people will probably argue that you should just munch and move on. And yeah, if you're in a rush, you can do this, but you'll also have to make sure that you hit more ships than you would do it if you're doing it the way that I do it. Because we've worked out that if you fully scrape and disintegrate a Hercules, you will net almost 2 million per ship each time. It takes us about an hour to scrape, sort, disintegrate before sorting again, but that's an easy 2 million an hour, even if you're a solo salvager. Don't forget to scan the ships. There is sometimes really good extra loot that just adds up to the payday. We brought home with us gold and quantanium that upped our winnings by 250k, literally just for scanning, leaving the ship quickly to collect and packing it in the cargo hold. Really not worth losing out on. It's free money. One thing I like to do is pack the cargo hold with 2 SU boxes and 1 SU boxes of the RMC from scraping, and then leave some space aside for in case we do get any good pickups like quantanium, gold, or even maize. The second way that I'm going to show you now is for if you are a solo pilot trying to go out there and make yourself rich solo in a reclaimer. Basically, exact same steps as before. But once we get to the Hercules, this is how you're going to line her up so that you don't have to go back and forth between laser and pilot seat. What I'll do is I'll line the top of the Hercules with the nose up with my control panel and try my best to get my reclaimer to be level with the Hercules so that there's not too much of a slant. Then I'll slowly raise or lower the ship so that the Hercules nose just disappears behind the control panel and I'm off to laser. You also want to make sure that you're around 90 to 95 meters away. You can just hold F and look down when you do this so that you don't move the whole ship around. But once you get this right, you're ready to go. You can run over, jump into your laser seat and scrape the ship from top to bottom without moving your reclaimer again. When I'm solo, I like to get the scraping done, head down to the processing plant and sort the RMC, then come back and get the disassembling and disintegrating done, or what the kids are calling it these days, the munching. Jump into the claw seat, which is the seat next to the pilot seat, and hit the M key to activate your claw. Once it's fully extended out, you can hit the left click and wait for this progress circle right here to fill up and the Hercules will break apart. Don't worry about the small bits that fall away. We're after the main hull anyways. It will stop moving in a few moments and then we hit the right click to switch to the disintegrate tool. Now, one quick thing to check for when you do this, make sure your cargo holder is as empty as possible and then you can disintegrate the ship's main hull into construction materials. Now that the wait is over, and the cargo holder is full, head back down to processing and push out all the boxes in the biggest size possible until it's all empty again. This is where the Tetris skills come into play because you'll need to know how to pack up stacks or run the risk of getting squished. Don't worry too much about the grid. We have packed these things to crazy amounts in the past. All you need to do is make sure everything is stable and not jumping around and you'll be just fine. Once you are ready to head on home, whether it's 1, 2, 3 or 6 Hercules ships that you have salvaged, all you need to do is make sure everything is packed out, you're safe, and you can head on home. Weasel and I live in Area 18. It's our favorite planet, so that's where we're Q2ing off to. I will give this warning though, we had a really laggy experience in one of our earlier runs. Somehow, while securing some quant from an A2, the A2 blew up and then blew us up. We lost quite a lot, but at least it wasn't a 30k disconnection, right? When we got back on though, we filled up again and headed back home to Area 18. We got back home and it's time to sell our bounty. Now, when you get here, jump on the train and head to the retail district. First, we're going to stop at the TDD to sell the RMC and anything else we picked up along the way. Once that's all sold, we'll head out of the TDD and turn right. We need to go to the admin panel to sell the construction materials. So we'll head into the IO North Tower and up the stairs to find the panels and voila! All done, tired, but much richer than before. Let me know what the best haul you ever got from a reclaimer was. Mine so far is 10 million in 4 hours. Can you beat that? Farewell, citizens.